Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 2 years farming airdrop. Was it really worth it? So I started chasing airdrops 100% 2 years ago, and I want to tell you guys, we want to answer the question, was it worth it? Although I've been in the crypto space since 2020, but I wasn't really serious back then. I was in school. I got out of school 2020, then I entered school 2021, ending stroke 2022. I finished that 2023 December. So let's skip to 2024. 2020 December 22nd, I was done with my school. That was my higher institution, a polytechnic, and then I was like, okay, what can I do before I go back to university again to get my bachelor's in engineering? So I was like, okay, let's do something with this crypto. 2024 started January 1st, and I was like, okay, I saw an opportunity on Twitter from a mutual of mine. His name is Andy. We call him Uncle Andy back then. That was his name on Twitter, Uncle Andy back then, but his name is Lion Andrew. So he talked about something about Telegram bots, where you just tap Telegram bots, where you tap the bot and then I'm going to get points. Yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah, this sounds nice. I mean, I'm not going to lose any money from it by tapping on my screen. That's right. So I started it, which was what brought about not coin. A lot of people heard about it late, but I started the first day, which was January 1st. The day it launched, I was one of the first users. I sent to some of my friends too. We all did it. We're not expecting much. We're expecting probably 10, 15, 20 USD, but to our surprise, I think I got about $300 from Notcoin. I mean, $300. That was my first big win from it, like in my whole almost 4 years. Because I said I started 2020. That was my first big win. I got a lot of wins before 2024 when I was still in school, but I was not really active back then. I was just trading, buying and selling of coins. When I get small profit, I sell. And I didn't really have that much money then, that much capital. So obviously it was going to be very, very small. The amount I was making was very, very, very small compared to $300. My first big win, and I was like, wow, this shit is good. And then I did ICE. I don't remember the exact amount I got from ICE network. I was like, okay, this is also about mining. It reminded me of Pi. I didn't want to do it, but I was like, okay, there's no harm in trying. I mean, I'm not losing anything, right? I got about I woke up late the day they launched it, but I got about almost $100. Let's say 80. I think I got about 80 from it, almost 100, because I think they locked a portion of it, something like that. Then after that I started doing more and more projects like Bearer Chain. I did Bearer Chain. I did what's this project called? Although I got Pi too. 2024 I got Pi. My Pi unlocked, and I got about, I think I got about, back then in naira to dollar was, I think 900 or something. I don't remember the exact rate, but I got about, let's say $50 worth of Pi unlocked. Pi was still traded like P2P, peer-to-peer. You have Pi, you have dollars. Give me your dollars for a specific amount of Pi. That I was selling to people, not to exchanges. So it was yet to launch on exchanges back then. So we were just selling it to people who wanted to buy at a very, very low rate. I think it was 200 naira per Pi back then, and Pi ended up launching at about 4,500, bro. It launched at 4,500, but at that point in time I needed the money, so I had to sell it then. And IP, I got about, when IP launched, I got 100 tokens, which was about $250. I sold out of it, and I left the remaining one. It went from $2.5 to $6 then 8, then 9, then 12. I sold around $9 or $8 then, or 6, I don't remember. But in total I got about $400 from IP. Bearer chain gave me 465. I got 55 bearer back then, and it was not really that much, because I was just like, okay, let me just sell. I sold at 7.5 or $8, and then it went up to 15 in the next few minutes. I was very pained. So after that I got some other drops. I think I got Supra. Yeah, Supra gave me an airdrop. But the thing about Supra is I got Supra when the Supra was dropped in 2 ways. There was the 5,000 they gave everybody, and then there's the one they gave us, we testers. We tested their DApp, and they gave me about 15,000 tokens. They unlocked 2,000. 15,000 tokens was worth around 1,400 when I got it, when they launched. Then they distributed 20%, like I think 2 months later or a month later, which was, it was supposed to be 280, but then you know how locked airdrop goes. It already dropped around 84 buck, and then they gave us $10 every month, sorry, 10% every month, which was what, around the first month it was around 30, the second month it was around 25, third month 15. You know, it kept on going down 10 until I got 5, bro. So in total I got about probably 160 or 180 USD from Supra. From 1,400 I got about 11 to 12% of what I was supposed to get. Locked airdrops are the worst. They are very bad. And by the way, I missed some other airdrops here, but I can't even remember the amount of money I made, you know, with those tokens. I don't even remember their names. It's like Bubble. I got Bubble. There's this game back then. I know a lot of people will think about it. They'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this game. When we play, it's just like Subway Surf, and I think they partner with Samsung or something. Just like Subway Surf, you play it, you get points, and then they give us a drop. I think I got about $40 from it, or to 30. But it was still, the gas on it was very high back then, so I had to wait for me to claim. But it was dropping little by little, you know, because I didn't have gas fee, of course. So I had to like wait to get it, and you know, the wait, you know, cost me some bucks too. Yeah, let me say about 20. I got 20 from Bubble, and I got some other ones. I can't really remember all the projects I got, because I got a lot of projects. By the way, this wasn't 2024 anymore. Bearer, IP, Supra were 2025. Bearer, IP, Supra. Bearer, IP, and Supra were 2025. These are all 2025 projects. I got them 2025, and they were good. I mean, they blessed my 2025. I was extremely happy, because bro, I was using this. I wasn't working, obviously, so obviously this is a very huge amount of money to make. So I was very happy. And 2025 too, I was working on a project called Monad, which gave me my biggest drop ever. Till date, I haven't outperformed Monad, bro. 4 figures, honestly. Monad gave me the biggest amount of money. That's why I still love. They are building something very cool. Like obviously, they are building something very cool. I made a lot of money from Monad, and I made a lot of connections. You know, I met a lot of people. I learned the tech. That was the first project I will ever, you know, sit down to say, okay, let me build something on the testnet though. You know, I wanted to build something on mainnet, but I didn't have funding. I thought I was going to get a bigger airdrop than what I got, so I could, you know, pay more people that had more experience in building in Solidity, so they could, you know, work on it. But it didn't come to life. So it was supposed to be Velox Casinos. We already created a page for it on Testnet. We created a Twitter for it. You know, we're already building it, but obviously we could not. I was not a pro, you know, so I had to like die down back then. But shout out to Monad, they are one of the best projects I've ever worked with, and you know, the best, you know, money I ever made. By the way, Bera, IP, you know, most of these they came crashing down, but look at Monad, it's still strong. All of this on this list came crashing down, but Monad is still strong, holding up. And by the way, 2024 I worked with a project to get this laptop. I worked with I got dogs. Yes, dogs gave me about $105. Yeah, I remember dogs gave me $105 back then, 2024. And then I added more money, then I got my laptop. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. Then after that I got a Telegram gig. That is not a job, but you know, that's just like side. We got a Telegram gig and I got about $500 in a night for as a mod for a token that launched. But they told us not to sell, blah blah blah, don't sell, this that, until the token rocked. I was so pained, bro, from 500 to 80. So I got 80. Then see, this money is a lot of money for someone my age in the country. And by the way, I wasn't very serious, because I was still learning how to trade, by the way, like on the side. I was learning how to trade, technical analysis, I was learning how to trade, so obviously I couldn't concentrate fully on Airdrops, but I was concentrating on Airdrops more than when I was in school, 2023, 2022, 2021. You know, those times I could never concentrate on Airdrops at all, because I didn't have that much time. But 2024 till date, I've been at home, you know, having 24 hours all to myself, so I could give each period. I can say, okay, 2 hours for this, 2 hours for this, 4 hours for this, 4 hours. I could allocate time anyhow I want. You know, I was the master of my own time. And by the way, was it worth it? Looking at this, I mean, 2 years track record, it's actually worth it, because if I did, let's say I actually went for a job with the minimum wage in my country right now, I'm not sure I would have gotten all this. I'm not sure. Let's say I would be on, let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 Bera, IP and Notcoin combined. In fact, this 4 combined is worth more than what I would have made in those 2 years if I was working a job with my OND set, by the way. So obviously I would say it was worth it for me. It was worth it. Even though I didn't even, because there were a lot of people were doing some projects which I personally faded. Like, okay, I got Magic Newton too. I got Newton. I don't remember the amount I got. I got about so the surprise drop, I think about $30 or so. Then I got, some people did a lot of projects. I got Kaito too. I got Kaito, but I don't remember the amount I got for Kaito. This is so painful. I got Kaito, but I can't remember the amount I got. I got some other drops, and there's a drop that actually pained me the most. What's the name? Union was so painful, because I poured my heart and soul into it, and it came out as ineligible. They made most of us ineligible, and the eligible ones got peanuts, like very, very small amount. Everybody were like, oh, Union are going to take us out of the trenches. And back then, Monad was here to launch. I was deep in the zero, in the negative, not just zero. I was in negative back then. So you should know how painful it was. I was expecting Union to, you know, give me some bucks, so I will enter positive balance back, you know, and bounce back, and you know, wait till Monad, you know, be able to fend for myself and all of that. But you know, life can be crazy sometimes. So I got ineligible for Union. I was very, very heartbroken back then. And that is the part about airdrop hunting that is very, very crazy. You can get mad. Honestly, you can get mad. See, a lot of people be like, oh, what is very, very hard in hunting airdrops for free? I mean, it's free money, blah blah. Bro, you don't know the work, the mental stress it has to be. Imagine you putting 6 months of work, 6 whole months of work, and then they be like, oh, nah, you're ineligible, and you cannot complain, because once you complain, they're kicking you out of the Discord server, and that is all. You can't, even if you complain and they don't kick you out, there's nothing they can do. Nobody is regulating the space, nobody's going to arrest them. They can't. If you're ineligible, then you're ineligible. Some of them will bring out a fake form and be like, oh yeah, fill this form, and they're going to check it and give you guys eligibility back. Some had to do the same, ineligible. It was very, very big. I was like, no. I was pained because that was a lot of time wasted on this project. Somewhere I started, I think, late 2024. I did this project to SWTR Swistronic. That was the first project I would do. I think I did it 2024. That was the first project I would participate in that would require me to do something like building on GitHub, writing code and all of that. I did it. That was the first time in my life I would interact with GitHub. First time. Even when I was learning Python 2024, I didn't even interact with GitHub then. We were just doing it and depend on local server, ticking all those shit. It was just on our laptop, local server. I never touched GitHub. Bro, Swistronic made me touch GitHub. If you check my GitHub now, you're going to see if you check my repos, you're going to see the first 6 repo was Swistronic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they gave me tokens. I think they gave me about 67 tokens. But guess what? They are nowhere to be found. They did not launch. It is a blockchain project, by the way. It is a blockchain itself, like a whole blockchain, and they did not launch anything. They just gave us token and disappeared. They raised extra $15 million, I think, and they disappeared. I was like, where these people go to? Where's the money? And they were launching with about 20 million tokens, I think, supply, 320 million supply or so. And I was like, I think I'm cooked. I think I'm cooked, bro. So a lot of projects like that, but all in all, it was, honestly, I would say it was positive for me, because I gained a lot. And the other downsides of internet jobs that people don't talk about is trying to make more money, sustaining the money. Well, I'll be talking about that in the next video, and I hope this is the first time I'm doing this kind of video explaining myself and my journey. I hope I'm somehow shy, and I don't really feel I'm not really comfortable talking about things like this. So this is my first time, so I don't know. Let's see how it's going to go. And yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to be making the next video and uploading it after this one. Alright, so I think that's all for the video today. And make sure you like and subscribe, by the way. Subscribe, bros. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and like. I need this thing. I need it. Thank you very much, and bye.